Education is a huge part in the growth of our nation. While many people have different views in the direction that we take, the direction everybody wants to go is forward. Yet, our nation has been lacking compared to other nations in the terms of education. An education reform was called in order, and what better way to increase the value of education than to start at the very beginning to the last grade year. This is what Common Core stands to do. I've experienced Common Core from my junior year in high school when I took Mr. Kirby's class, like pretty much everybody here did. He gave us a binder of Common Core standards and he wanted us to memorize it and to really learn what Common Core is all about. Even now, my little sister, she's in first grade, she's overwhelmed with Common Core. And my parents really strive to learn it with her, since it's a very new, non-traditional way of education. So what exactly is Common Core? Why are people hesitant about its implementation? And lastly, why is it implemented in the first place? According to corestandards.org, Common Core was created to ensure that all students graduate from high school with skills and knowledge necessary to succeed in college, career, and life, regardless of where they live. These standards are research and evidence-based, clear and concise, college and career readiness, implements higher order critical thinking, and informed by top performing countries in the world. It takes much more progressive ways to solve the problem, causing people to dislike Common Core, but really, people are hesitant because it's different. Says Abby Jackson from Business Insider. People aren't as knowledgeable when it comes to math and reading anymore, since the methods have completely changed. I'll show you this example here. Here, traditional math, you take 225 minus 24 equals 201. You simply subtract down, right? But here, they want to make it linear. So you would take 24 and you would go to the next 10 integer. So it would be 30, right? Then you would go to 100, because multiples of 100 is almost like multiples of 10. So when you go to 100, you would go to the next 100, which equals 200. Then you would add to get to 225 would be 25. So therefore, you're saying 6 plus 70 plus 100 plus 25, and that gives you 201. So it's a more critical way of thinking of math, but it actually helps the youth today understand math better. You can pass that around, everybody can look. So my mom, she grew up in traditional ways of math, traditional ways of thinking. So she's learning this at the same time my sister is. Because when my sister comes home with homework, someone's got to help her with the homework. So she has to take it in, she has to do that math and reading as well. So why are people having problems, when it comes to Common Core? Well, it's because it's not traditional, basically. It's a progressive way of thinking, and people kind of dislike it because it's mainly due to ignorance. Parents and older high school students also felt they were forced into this new reform. Testing is more frequent with less time teaching. So less time teaching, they feel more like they're overwhelmed, they're not really sure what they're doing. More testing just means more requirements. It's more disliked. So why is it still implemented? It was time for an education reform. The last reform in the United States was No Child Left Behind. And that was implemented by George Bush in 2002, according to the 74million.org. No Child Left Behind was a step in the right direction, yet it still did not compete with the world leaders in education reform. By the time No Child Left Behind took substantial effect, colleges began to ramp up their requirements to even get into college. The heights became unreachable by most high school graduates. This negates the effects of No Child Left Behind by leaving the United States even further behind in the world. If the United States wants to be a competitor, a more drastic, competitive education reform is needed. People will eventually warm up to Common Core. It will just take time. Traditional math and reading, it's just holding education back. New ideas and concepts make brand new ways of thinking revolutionary. Most people today are just ignorant of Common Core, and this leads to a general dislike. With more experience under the belt, Common Core will be a universal language, and an even more progressive education reform will come along, boosting the United States education future to new levels, maybe even surpassing even the greatest education systems today. All it takes is acceptance, and soon enough, we will see the United States becoming a worldwide leader in education.